The anointed ones. Welcome. Whether they like it or not, a select few are born to stand out, while others are meant to blend in. Have you ever wondered why people, even those you don't know well, seem to watch you for a little too long when you enter a room? The unsettling reality is that you are being monitored in addition to just live your life. And know its purpose, not paranoia. According to psychologists, people are attracted to those who defy expectations. But when you're one of God's chosen, it becomes more than just curiosity. It becomes obsession. People are drawn to you because of your radiance, your fortitude, and your courage to take risks. Get ready as we go into the 13 incredible reasons why others are covertly observing you. And you'll discover that it's not simply because you neglected to comb your hair this morning. First of all, your existence pushes them outside of their comfort zones. Routines, predictable results, and surroundings free from thought-provoking situations make people feel at ease. But everything changes when you enter the picture. You make people reevaluate what they believe to be normal or appropriate without even trying. It's just that you exist in a different way. Not because you're loud or attempting to command attention. Their secure, predictable environment is disturbed by something about your presence, your attitude, and the way you live. They observe because they are unable to identify you. You are both magnetic and unnerving, since you don't live by the same rules as everyone else. They watch you making decisions they wouldn't dare make, or pursuing ambitions they never had the guts to go for. Because your life demonstrates what is possible outside of it, their cozy little bubble appears suddenly constricted and confining, which insidiously causes them to become restless. It is more about the way your life subtly says, "What's stopping you from living with the same boldness?" than it is about envy, though that may be a factor. Because such questions need change, and change is difficult, most individuals steer clear of them. However, they are unable to resist it while you are around. So they observe in an attempt to learn the secret of your bravery, or maybe just to see if you would falter, so they can defend being in their comfort zone. The catch is that you're living in accordance with a higher purpose, which inherently shakes up everything that isn't constructed on the same basis. Even if you're not attempting to disturb anything, and even if it makes them uncomfortable, people are attracted to it whether they acknowledge it or not. They are unable to stop watching because of this. Type Amen to embrace the angel's blessings. Show your support by giving super thanks up to $20. Second, you exude an inexplicable authority. A certain kind of authority is unfakeable. It's about something more profound, something intangible yet indisputable. Not about having a fancy title, a large fan base, or even the loudest voice in the room. People sense your divine purpose before they even comprehend it. As soon as you enter, the mood shifts. People pay attention to you because they feel that you're different, even if they don't know why. The part that's wild? Perhaps you aren't even aware of it. All you're doing is living your life according to the will that God has given you. However, those in your near vicinity see it right away. It is shown by your demeanor, your ability to make choices without always seeking approval, and your ability to maintain composure in the face of chaos. Respect is demanded by that type of presence, whether or not others choose to reciprocate. The problem is that some individuals find authority from God to be disturbing. The reason your power is so strong is that it is calm and steady, while theirs is loud, aggressive, and flamboyant. They can't figure out where it comes from, but they watch you because they want to comprehend it. They are perplexed since it violates every influence rule they are aware of. In any case, people are seeing you and attempting to understand how you manage to project such a powerful presence without even trying. Some will be terrified by it, while others will appreciate you for it. In actuality, it's something that God has placed on you. It's not something you earned or accomplished. Furthermore, such authority cannot be replicated, subdued, or rationalized. They continue to observe you because of how you stand out. Third, you flourish amid storms that others shun. You manage life's storms in a manner that is almost captivating. You seem to flourish in the precise circumstances that most people are afraid of, while others shudder, falter, or shatter under duress. You don't simply survive when it seems like everything is crumbling. You rise beyond it. Others are unable to fully understand this kind of spiritual resiliency, but they are also unable to ignore it. It's amazing how you manage to maintain your composure and find strength and direction, even in the most trying circumstances. People pay attention because of the unique way you handle hardship. You manage to change adversity rather than letting it overwhelm you. Where others would sink in hopelessness, you come out stronger, wiser, and more lucid. It seems as if the storms don't just pass over you. Rather, they mold, polish, and fortify you in ways that others can only imagine. Your capacity to flourish in the face of failure is evidence of a deeper source of purpose and faith. This extraordinary capacity for endurance intrigues people because it causes them to reflect on how they handle the difficulties of life. When everything around you is trembling, how do you manage to stay so steady? Why do you have the willpower to continue when others would have given up long ago? They watch for that reason. You are a real-life illustration of how storms may raise you rather than destroy you. People are attracted to the power that comes from having spiritual resilience, which is shown by your ability to survive hardship. It's impressive to see that you not only confront the storm, but also overcome it. Fourth, there is a reason for your failures, particularly for someone with a goal. Failures have a way of drawing attention. People want individuals they consider selected to be flawless. Yet when you make a mistake, they seem to focus even more intently. They want to see how you deal with the aftermath, not simply because they're curious. What people don't always understand is that your mistakes aren't the conclusion of your tale. Rather, they are unforeseen turns along a path that teaches you divine truths. There's a certain vibe in the air when things go wrong for you. You don't fall apart as other people do. Instead, you grow, change, and sometimes become stronger. And it's what keeps people interested in you. Even if the return is motivating in and of itself, it's not the only thing. People are drawn to the way you accept responsibility for your errors and use them to your advantage. By overcoming feelings of humiliation, loss, or disappointment without compromising your identity, you allow others to do the same. Your resilience demonstrates to them that failure is a diversion rather than a dead end. Though they may not always acknowledge it, people admire your ability to manage those awkward, vulnerable situations. The unvarnished struggles you endure to climb back up are what teach kids, not the flawless victories. People are learning from you whether they realize it or not, and your experience with failure becomes a model for resilience. The beauty of it is that what was supposed to break you ends up teaching someone else a valuable lesson. God uses your failures to uplift others. People can't stop following your path because of this, and your failures have significance. Write Amen to feel the peace of the angels and show your support with a super thank you up to $20. The fifth is that you are walking with an invisible army. People find it difficult to pinpoint what it is about you. It's more complex than charm or confidence alone. You seem to know you're never alone, and you navigate life with a calm confidence. In actuality, you aren't. People can sense the presence of your invisible army, even if they can't see it. They observe as doors that are firmly closed for everyone else open for you. Somehow, circumstances that ought to be setbacks end up serving as preludes to greater things. You seem to find a way through obstacles when others do not, as if an unseen power is paving the way. People are fascinated by it, even if they don't comprehend it. Favor isn't the only thing at stake. Protection is, as well. You faced challenges that ought to have left you damaged, yet you emerged unscathed. There were times when everything ought to have collapsed, Yet you manage to stay upright. Whether they acknowledge it or not, people are intrigued when they see it. How can someone survive what you went through? In their hearts, they know there's more to it than just chance or coincidence. What they are seeing is the intervention of God, a heavenly army that comes before you, defends you, and keeps you safe. It's God's promise, not magic. You don't need to push your way into places or control circumstances to get what you want because of that invisible presence. You have a magnetic sense of confidence that there is a force working in your favor. People cannot dispute it, even if they don't comprehend it. They continue to observe in the hopes of solving the riddle of the unseen army accompanying you. Your happiness is an act of defiance. Your happiness is a welcome change in a society when pessimism and hopelessness are the norm. But it's also a daring statement. When you show up with unwavering delight, it's like you're flipping the script in a manner that makes it impossible to ignore. People are used to seeing hardship, tension, and cynicism as normal parts of life. It's almost like you're making a statement. I refuse to adapt to this world's pessimism. Your delight is purposeful, not innocent or misguided. Actually, it's a kind of revolt against the depressing attitude that permeates so many lives, the relentless onslaught of negative news and polarizing viewpoints. While others descend into negativity, you remain calm and steady. While that kind of happiness is infectious, it may also be confusing to people who have never had it. They want to know how you maintain your optimism when everything around you seems to be telling you to be anxious, upset, or defeated. They observe because your joy contradicts the story they have been taught about life. The world teaches them that happiness is reserved for the lucky, the uneducated, or the privileged. But your delight is rooted in something more profound, something they are unable to fully understand. When others might disintegrate, they watch you smile and soar above the turmoil. And they want to know why. It's radical in the most literal sense. Your pleasure is so strong because it defies logic in a society where bitterness is the norm. Even if they don't know how to accept it for themselves, people are attracted to it. The best part is that, despite a society that tells you it's impossible, you're not just surviving, you're flourishing. They continue to watch because they want to know how you manage to be so strong in the face of everything. The seventh is that you bring about what they ask for in prayer. Your discoveries tend to coincide with the unconscious wishes of others around you, which is almost uncanny. Your life becomes the realization of what others have only dared to ask for in silence, while others silently pray for prosperity, peace, or miracles. People may see your benefits unfolding before their own eyes, so you don't need to preach or brag about them. All of it appears like the answer to prayers they never spoke aloud, including the job you got, the relationship that developed, and the unanticipated possibilities that came your way. However, it's divine favor at work. It's not only chance or happenstance. People follow you because your accomplishments seem to be the answers to their own silent prayers, not because they are just interested in your life. They feel as if their own prayers could be fulfilled when they see your resurrection. They are interested in your tale because they want to see what happens when God's hand works in the most mundane situations. Seeing someone else's benefits materialize might cause them to feel insecure, doubtful, or envious. They want to think that they can achieve the same success. They fail to see that your manifestation is a live, breathing reminder that God's favor need not be far away or unattainable. It is not just about you. They're keeping a close eye on you because every breakthrough you have says to them, this could be yours too. They're expecting to learn the key to gaining the same benefits for themselves if they watch long enough. The trick, they may not realize, is not in the procedure, but in the alignment, faith, and readiness to believe that what is intended for you will find its way. And you are demonstrating to them that it is possible just by living it. The eighth is that you exude a mysterious and infectious confidence. You exude a calm assurance that makes others feel both amazed and a bit unsteady. This kind of confidence comes from understanding who you are and what you're intended to accomplish. It's not the sort that seeks attention or makes an effort to prove anything. This assurance is uncomfortable to those who live and die by acceptance from others, since it isn't dependent on applause, praise, or other people's approval. How you move so confidently in a world that feeds on uncertainty is beyond their comprehension. Your confidence isn't loud or brazen. It doesn't have to be. It just is. That's what makes you so compelling. People are drawn to you because of your calm strength and wonder where it comes from. How do you maintain your confidence in the face of uncertainty and skepticism from others? They keep watching because the solutions are never clear. For those whose value is determined on what other people think of them, your confidence and ease are like a mystery that they are attempting to solve by wondering how you manage to accomplish them without always needing to be reassured. As they strive to figure out your secret, they can't help but get pulled into your energy and begin to doubt their own need on praise from others. Your self-assurance is infectious, not simply beautiful, because it stems from something people cannot see, touch, or control. It is enigmatic. It stems from your purpose, your faith, and your connection to something much greater than yourself. People observe you with that type of confidence because they secretly want they could walk with the same certainty, not because they want to bring you down. You make people question if they stopped relying on external confirmation, they too might discover that divine assurance. The ninth is that they can't avoid you since you are a mirror. Without uttering a single word, you have a special ability to make others see themselves. Even if you don't want to, your presence serves as a mirror, reflecting back to others the aspects of themselves that they would like to ignore. Simply being yourself forces people to confront the things they've buried deep, dreams they've written off as unattainable, fears they've covered up with layers of defense, without calling attention to their shortcomings or attempting to make them feel uncomfortable. And even if they won't acknowledge it, it makes people uncomfortable. You serve as a living example of what could have been if they had the guts to pursue their own potential. Their own worries and self-doubt are revealed by your self-assurance and your capacity to pursue your beliefs. They are compelled to face the disparity between their current situation and their ideal state. Why am I not doing more? Why am I holding myself back? Is the last thing that many people want to think about while they are with you. Living under the delusion that everything is okay and that they are happy with the life they have created is simpler than facing the reality that they are not reaching their full potential. However, you don't allow them to avoid that reality. It's like a gentle reminder that they too might be doing more every time they see you taking action, going after your goals or living life with poise. They can't ignore you because of this. You serve as a mirror, reflecting back to them everything they're too scared to admit, whether they want to admit it or not. They keep watching because your presence compels them to face the thing they've been avoiding, because they secretly hope that by seeing you, they would have the courage to face their own realities. 10th, you bear a burden that most people would fall beneath. Even while they may not completely understand it, others may sense the weight and responsibility that come with being chosen. It's the type of weight that is noticeable with each step you take, yet doesn't make a big announcement. People are able to perceive the seriousness of your mission and the importance of your trip. Yes, it's a burden, but it also serves as a cloak that you wear with subdued dignity. And even though others may see the weight you bear, they are in awe of your ability to keep going without giving up. They don't always understand how you do it, including the challenges, failures, and times when life appears to hurl everything at you at once. Most people would crumble under such circumstances. Yet you remain steadfast, your determination unwavering. as if you were designed to bear this weight. You bear it with an almost unearthly power that prevents it from overwhelming you the way it would anybody else. They are oblivious to the fact that the power they are so drawn to comes from the precise purpose you are walking in, not from some secret reserve inside you. You are not alone in carrying this burden. When it seems insurmountable, you are fueled by a divine source, a force bigger than yourself. Even though you can sometimes feel worn out or exhausted, your understanding of your purpose is what keeps you going and enables you to handle things that others could never. People are observing because they are unable to determine the source of this power and are both in awe of and reassured by the idea that someone might withstand such a great deal without breaking. They are unable to turn away because of the supernatural strength that sustains you and your capacity to carry such weight in a world that would crumble.